G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for episode number 19 of our Lightning Caster Paladin playthrough, where I've just hit level 70 at the end of the previous episode, and I went back to normal because I wanted to get a new ring. This one is kind of just there. It's not really doing a huge amount. It's got some resistances, and that's kind of it. So I wanted to replace it, so I went and I farmed Silvaria, the tree in the swamp. And I got a bunch of rings, and some of these are okay. This bottom row is the Vine ring, which has +3 to Rune of Callistor and also +3 to Aegis of Menhir, which we're not using. So I got a few of these, and I've got options here. I think I'll probably end up going with this one, but this is required level 74, so it goes in the pile of things that I may use one day. However, I want to fix my resistances. I'm thinking I'm probably actually not going to use this one, in spite of the fact that it has 157% resistances on it. This is quite a good amulet, but it's not amazing, so I'm actually not going to use that one. This one I'm also not going to use. So I'm waiting for level 74 for the ring, 75 for this amulet, and I'm, collecting a few other things as well, just in case they become good. This one in particular, if I need Pierce, Poison, Chaos, I guess I've got that covered. We can now use the ultimate Slith Primal Ring, but, I mean, when you look at this and it's 71% resistances, it kind of pales in comparison to something like, this one. This one that's 120 odd something percent good resistances. So I'm not going to use that either. So we're basically waiting on levels to upgrade our gear. One thing I could do though is, where is the bleeding res coming from? This ring. So I can take this off and then ignore the bleeding, because I actually went and got these two augments, which I'll get into augments in a second, because the situation is quite bleak. What I was planning on doing, and I realized after the fact that I actually can't because of my cold resistance here, what I was planning on doing was swapping this ring out with the 40% cold res and 18% elemental res on it, for maybe something like this. This one has got a bunch more resistances, and then I would fix the bleeding resist hole with these augments. But if I do that, let's just chuck this one on. Right? Okay. Pretend I put these on. I've got another 30% bleeding, so I'm 20% over the cap on bleeding. Aether is fine. We're 30% over the cap once Word of Renewal is active. All this is fine, but then lightning and cold is not great. So I need elemental resistance on the ring, so I guess I could use that one, but we're still way behind on cold. I've already got a component on my boots that I hate. Components with a single elemental resist on them, so lightning, fire, or cold, not elemental. Basically, I prefer to pretend that they don't exist. So I don't like that solution either. So the end result of this is kind of just gonna be I'm not messing with it. When I get to 74, I will put this one on, and then I think I'm going to need some elemental resistance from somewhere else. Maybe upgrading some of these level 50 purples, of which I have 4 of them, to level 75 greens would be a decent idea. I did look into the Mammoth resistance stuff, and I swapped these shoulders in specifically for the Aether resistance, and the Chaos is nice. The extra avoidance and defensive ability and nice armor and stuff is good too. But actually the armor on this particular chest is similar to the armor on this set, and the same, well, obviously I can't use the helmet, but these two were, this was an upgrade, this was not, basically. So I'm kind of stuck at the moment, waiting for the ability to change gear because of horrible elemental resistances, which this will maybe fix a little bit, and perhaps I need to actually hang on to this one as well. So maybe we can swap both of these. And this one in particular is not amazing, but I can swap the Harmonious of Protection that I'm currently wearing with this Prismatic of Celerity. That'll cover Elemental and Vitality Resist. I'll actually get more of both, and I'll lose 20% poison, which I don't care about. So, actually, I can make that swap right now. Okay. Well, that changes everything. All right, let's have a look. What do we got here? 38% over there, 14% over there. That's with the lightning thing, so I can't change that. All right, so then I need elemental, at least a little bit of elemental, and I don't have another one with elemental till 74. All right, that's fine. That's fine. We can work with that. How's the vitality? 17% over. So I actually don't need that corpse dust either. So I can do something like maybe a Vengeful Wraith. And I'm looking at Vengeful Wraith not for the cold stuff. Completely ignore all of the cold stuff. I'm looking at that for the 36 offensive ability, which is one option. Let me have a look. What else could we do? Roiling Blood. Yeah, I mean it'll work, but it's less OA. Okay, let's just do that. Okay, as far as augments go, if you have a look at all of our green factions, respected, honored, respected, respected, respected. Scroll down. Honored, 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 honored. None of these are revered, which means we don't get any armor augments, even though I'm level 70. I could use them. I can't actually buy them. So as much as I would love, I would love to use some Kingsguard powder. I would love to use Mankind's Vigil. They won't sell them to me. The faction standing is not high enough, and we're nowhere close to revered because we skipped elite. So having access to the elite reputation, which would have Black Legion at honored, it would have the Mammoth Resistance at honored. So I would also have access to the Mammoth Resistance augments. I would also have access to the where are they? The Coven. I probably have Devil's Crossing, although this one's not quite. I'm not quite so sure there's anything I really love from them. But the point is, if I'd done Elite, I would have easy access to augments for my armor, which basically just solves resistances. Doesn't matter how bad your armor is. When you can just add 63 to 2 different resistances or split it up, you can solve any kind of resistance problem with your augments when you get there. You can't do that when you don't have the reputation though. So that's kind of, I guess, the big downside of not doing Elite, is that I just don't have the augments to fix these holes, whereas I would have if I had done Elite. So do I need the bleeding augments? I don't do vitality damage, so this actually was a waste of like 2,000 bits, which is unfortunate. While I was farming Silvaria, I also dropped a couple of blues that I thought I'd point out, not because I'm intending on using them. +1 to Inquisitor skills is considerably better than that Aether Lightning proc, although that Aether Lightning proc is quite nice. I just thought I'd just show this as kind of like a good option if you don't have a weapon with plus skills on it. And this one here, Empowered Serenity Zone, the normal version of this, from memory, is quite bad. I'm pretty sure it doesn't have the +1 to skills. However, this one does, but it's also still quite bad. +3 to all maximum resistances is really, really good. And +1 to all skills in Inquisitor means we can swap this in instead of Ulra Praxis Sting. But the rest of the stats on this are garbage, so I'm not going to use it. But it was you know, something I thought I'd point out. Okay, let's get rid of all of the stuff we're not going to use. And then we will go and actually do some content today. Now, we were up to Homestead, and we were on the, or we were doing the left side of Homestead, so let's go do that. Did I do, yes I did, okay good. So, we're doing the left side of Homestead. First thing we have to do is we have to go bash some eggs, and I'm going to head down south a little bit and then kind of loop back to the road, because the road has Dayla's diary on it, and that starts quests that I want to do. I guess we can pick these up. I do actually have a lot of bits on this character, but once we get to 100 and or start buying faction reputation gear, 100 bits is not going to last very long, so, or a million bits is not going to last very long either. There we go. Are you going to explode? Alright. So, here is the house with Dayla's diary in it. I'm just going to bash your wardrobe down as well. No particular reason. And then continue to follow the road. And then, how many eggs do we need? 6, so 4 more, there they are. Alright, we've got all the eggs we need, and I guess the great thing about Aura of Censure is you just walk near them and they explode. So, there we go, they're all dead and gone. I've got the diary, so next step is the last will of Marthas Everbrook, I think it is, which is going to be up this way. If you just follow the road, you'll find the ruined shrine here, and right next to the ruined shrine is one of the houses, or the barn rather, that you can find the last will of Old Mate in. I suspect I'm not going to find it here today. Pretty sure it's not under here anywhere. From memory, I haven't had it in here for a while, but I think it's kind of in the middle of the barn, so it's not there today. I'm relatively confident in saying that. It's also not in this house, because it's right here, if it was. And you guys can please stop blocking the doorway. From there, if you head directly south, you'll find this house. And here he is. The body was right here next to Walter's note, which obviously I've already picked up in normal. Let's go ahead and eat all of these, and don't need them anymore. Alright, so now we are looking for the rift, which I can see now on the map. So I'm going to get that. I'm going to head a little bit north here, and I'm looking for a totem, which I now know is not there because I would be able to see it on the map. Even though it's not going to show up here yet because it's up there in the dark. That is a decent upgrade for armor. +2 to a skill that I kind of use. I'm going to hang on to those. I may use them at 75. We will see. So this is one of the areas that I like to farm for ancient totems once I'm strong enough. And the one here, one of the spawn locations is just, I think it's here south of this bush, but it's on one side or the other of this bush. So it's good to kind of, I won't say unlock because it's never locked, but uncover the map there, just so you can see it from the portal. So when you get to level 100 or 94 or wherever you start farming, you can rift in here and you'll be able to see this straight away. And if you can't see it, it's not there. So at that point, I usually am going to go find another totem, because the other two locations this one can be are a bit of a runaway. Speaking of, let's go down south because there's a demon we have to rescue from being trapped inside a little girl. Honestly, a fate worse than death. So if we just head up here and around Do I have enough dynamite? I do. And let's blow these guys up. There we go. Was there another one? There was. I think I got him. Okay, and Alvaric's Rebuke. So this is my OCD kicking in. Oh, it's two-hander. I thought this was a gun. Okay, that's fine. That was my OCD kicking in. There is absolutely no reason to take items from one page and put them in another. It's just me. Alright. So what we can do here is we can stack up. I'm gonna do 4. And then we take the bottom option, the bottom option, the bottom option, and tick. And then goodbye Balognath. It's about the size of it. Life Bloom Band is no, and that's just a random green. So, the reason we do this particular quest is the Blood of Chthon. It's not any kind of other loot, it's just the quest for the Blood of Chthon. You're basically spending 1 dynamite to get 1 Blood of Chthon and some XP, and that's pretty much always a good trade to make. Okay, so back out into the Rotting Croplands, and we are heading due west, because there is a nice little house just over here, where if you have not already found the last will of Marthas, what's-his-face, he'll be in here if you haven't found him yet. And at this point, if you haven't found him, you missed the body somewhere, you'll have to go back and find him. I've already got it though, so I'm going to come over here, and this little corner here is the next closest place for an Aether Shrine. I don't think you can see this from the rift. I think you have to run over to about here. So this one you can see straight away, or you might have to, you know, just take a step when you come through the rift gate for it to kind of load up on the map. This one you have to do a little bit of running for, and the last one is like way up here. I'm never ever going to do that. Oh, and this one that I'd forgotten for some reason. This is also a place where it can be. Whoop, I did not mean to trigger that just yet. Well, this is going to be fun. So this, these ancient Aether Warped totems, usually you won't be getting Flesh Hulks, you'll be getting massive like Storm Titans and stuff like that. And that's what makes these so dangerous. It seems like I'm not dead, so it seemed okay, but this might have been the gun I was thinking of. Anyway, I've been picking up a lot of two-handed guns lately, and I have literally never made a two-handed gun build. Right, with that done, let's actually go and eat the blueprints. The next step is to go get our Exalted Stash, or our Exalted Chest, the one-shot quest chest here. This is guaranteed to give us a blue or better, so 1 dynamite in exchange for a blue item, or in this case a purple one, and Fire and Lightning is not bad actually. Let's just go ahead and chuck those on our we're saving this page. Now this is a level 50 item, it has less armor, so actually I'm not going to save this. And we're going to put more points in Ascension here. Alright, so we're done up there, and now we are looking for the beehive. Now the first place the beehive can be is like right here. Usually I'll have to check every single spawn location before I find it. I don't know why, it just seems like it's never in the first places I check. But even if you don't know the spawn locations, and I don't remember all of them, and this is why, because you can just run around in circles. I'm pretty sure it doesn't spawn south of this line here, so I'm going to head back. It's kind of this one up here, and these here, and then I think over here as well. Let's poke our head in this side. I should have the map up so I can just say, oh no, it's always here, 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 and here, and that's it. There are too many bugs out in these fields. Okay, yeah, I've definitely gone too far. So you know when you find the gruesome harvest, you've gone too far. I will just head up here before I turn back though, because is it here or here? I think it's either here or just over here is the final potential location of that ancient totem. Which, I'll be honest, I'm probably never going to come up here, because if it's not in the first two spots, then it's just way too much running to be worth it. It's actually better at that point for you to just reset your client and go again on the easier to access ones. I'm just going to pretend that none of that stuff is on the last page. And since we're already all the way over here, let's just go kill the amalgamation, or the ethereal. The giant aether cow in the barn. Alright, we're gonna go milk the cow. We're gonna milk him of his life force, so I don't really know where I'm going with this analogy. Anyway, we'll kill him since we're here. I do like the squeaky voice that these ethereal mages have. They sound like the chipmunks threatening to kill you. It's amusing. Alright, so giant cow in the barn is going to come out here. We're going to open the door. He's going to walk straight forward into this mess. And this will probably wipe out half his health bar pretty quickly. Here we go. Sorry, did I say half his health bar? Yeah, that was the whole health bar. Which, you know, it's decent. Good damage. Alright, now I'm going to go back to the rotting croplands, and we're going to go find the bugs. We have to eat the bugs. But before we can eat the bugs, we have to find the bugs. I think it's probably in here, or maybe over there where I didn't check. And if I don't find it relatively soon, I'll just look on the map. But, it should be relatively easy to find. I'm not going to go through the Aether Fire, that would be silly. We don't do silly things here on the channel. Not on this channel. Definitely not that way. I'm going to check here. If it's not here, I'm going to check the map. There it is. Okay. Okay, good. So, in my head, you know what? I'm going to check. I'm going to check the map. But in my head, it's either in here, it's in here, it's in here, or it's in here. How close was I? Let's have a look on the map. Alright, it's in here, or here, or here, or here, or here, or here. So it's these 5. So I was close. I had this one wrong, and I don't think I included that one. Anyway, we found it. So let's go pay the Queen a visit. We've got her many shiny presents. They're blue and glowy, but, you know, presents. And let's go down here as well. So this first one here, I usually poke my head in here just to check for the Exalted Stash, which this is really annoying because it makes it considerably longer to get to it. So the Exalted Stash, and also there's usually some sort of hero. There's some sort of hero monster over here. You can usually see that there's auras on things. I'll often find Hiveguard, someone or other, with a tainted aura. So wait, there he is. Hiveguard, Anoxus, the Tainted. He's often here. I'm actually going to check the map and make sure I'm not crazy. No, he's not always here. Or at least he doesn't show up in Grim Tools as always here. But you will often find him here. So we'll go ahead and take him out. And one more should do it, there we go. And unfortunately when I poked my head in here, there was no Exalted Chest, so yeah, it doesn't exist in this particular level. Now, I don't need to kill Gollus on this build. However, I think I'm going to. Because I'm kind of still looking for rings. I only really need one vine ring to get to 22 out of 12 on this, so I can quite happily swap another vine ring out. I am wondering where the vizier is. There's normally one vizier kind of here-ish, and then the other one's over here. But I haven't found the first one yet, so I am kind of wondering where he is. Alright, we got the good roll this time. We can walk straight in here. Don't have to worry about a blockage right here. So normally this will be blocked or not. If it's not blocked like this, you walk straight in. If it is, you have to go over here and around. It's not a big deal, but, you know, it's always easier to just be able to walk straight in. Alright, and we may as well kill all of this as well, because it's just going to follow us otherwise. This area is small enough that I'm pretty sure they will follow you pretty much everywhere. Alright, that's a fight and it's loot, so I'm going to do this one as well. So we got a couple of blues there. We've got the immortal regenerators as well. That can't ever be killed. Oh, maybe not so immortal. All right, so what do we got? 3 blues, a full inventory, I think. Very close, if not. I swear I picked up 2. There it is. All right. Let's just fill this up and then we'll go sell it all off. Alright, let's go Homestead. We can check the potions from Isaiah Redden while we're here.
See anything you like?
Yes, I see many things I like. I'm not going to use these boots or that or that. That. And I think we can safely sell all of this as well. What about that ring? Nope. Sell. The worst part of watching someone play Grim Dawn is watching them vendor stuff. Let's scrap back. So I'll try to make it quick.
Put it to good use.
Didn't check the... No good.
Got something you need stashed?
Okay, we're done. Alright. We'll go kill the queen, come back, do a whole bunch of turn-ins. We'll probably get 72 or 73 from turning all this stuff in. Which I guess is good. Where did all this come from? I swear I killed everything. Anyway. Okay, Inquisitive Seal. And now we just blow up Golas. He shouldn't be able to do much in the way of damage, although it seems like he is. Even through Inquisitive Seal, and I had Ascension active as well. Okay, so 8th Fire Golas' Ring of Mending. That's a lot of regeneration on one item. Okay, but otherwise, we are done. Okay, back for the Queen. And I still haven't found the Exalted Chest. So actually, you know, I never have the map open. And so I can never check when I'm actually doing it. So down in the first one is the one I pointed out already. Then if we go into the Skittering Den, okay, so yes. So there's one more potential Exalted Chest in here. So there is actually a reason to head up here. It could be just here. So this is the one I mentioned previously that I wasn't 100% sure on the location of. Could be here. And then, I know this is cheating, but, you know, I want this stash for some reason. I think the last the last potential location is going to be in the Queen's Lair. Yeah, it is. Yep, so there's actually only 3 potential locations. So I knew all of them, I just wasn't 100% sure where that second one that I just went to check is. Now, I haven't seen either of the Viziers. There's one of them. There's Luzakal. Where's your friend? Oh, there he is, behind me, somehow. I don't know how I walked past him, but apparently I did. That's fine. They're both dead now. And I think that's a shield, isn't it? That's a relic. Alright, so that's all done. Now we've got access to the Queen. Let's go give her our gifts. The good thing about being a kind of put stuff on the ground build is you can put stuff on the ground and then run away and wait for your cooldown, and then come back and put more stuff on the ground. So you don't actually have to tank all of the damage all of the time. Which, I don't know, is that a good thing? Okay, double rare. Rune Carved of Death's Chill, not amazing, but they kind of overlap, so it's actually, I would call it decent. Alright, I know I said you don't have to tank her, you can just, you know, put stuff on the ground and then run away, but I'm gonna do it this way. Just come over here for a second. There you go. Okay, so we've dropped Ravna's Guard, which the colours on it is telling me is quite rare, and the fact that I'm not familiar with this item is also telling me it's a little bit rare. Looking at it, however, it's a shield, so and +1 to Shaman, so we're not using it. Alright, and here is the last potential location for the Exalted Stash, which has dropped me the Amarast and Pauldrons, which I am going to turn into iron bits. Okay, and since we've already killed the Aether Cow, we're done, and we can head back to town and turn all of this in with our XP stuff on. Let me just sell some things first. There's probably someone who's been looking for that shield for ages, who is super not happy about me selling it, so I apologize to that person. Alright, dunk dunk dunk. And let's turn these in. So, yes, I dealt with the Queen. Thank you for the XP. Thank you for more XP. And we'll head up here. We'll talk to Dela. Found her diary. I promise I didn't read it. Now we tell Captain Soma that we've destroyed the Aether Cow, and we will agree to her quest to rescue the prisoners. We have just hit Revered with Homestead, which means, let me do this first. We're going to stay with the Death's Vigil. I think I chose them. I did. So we're staying with the Death's Vigil here. I believe that's all the quests I have to turn in for these guys. Okay, let's have a look at what augments we just picked up. I don't know why I threw that on the ground. I was trying to pick up the pants to move them. Alright, Revered. We get access to 2 armor augments here. Fire and Lightning, not great. And Pierce and Fire, also not great. So this is kind of why I really prefer Black Legion, because Black Legion actually has kind of hard to get resistances. Our Fire is quite high, Cold is okay, and Lightning, it's probably worth using a couple of these just to free up that that boot slot, so I'll do that for now. Let's just chuck these on. Just so as now I can, that was a waste of that one, but anyway.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left. See you around.
Now I'll be able to take the rigid shell off here and put a how's that slow resist? Yeah. I'll put a Mark of the Traveler on there. So I'll go do that. And how are we doing for time?
Got something you need stashed?
Yeah, plenty of time. Mark of the Traveler. Let's go Trav. I'll take one of those.
It's safe with me. Promise.
Uh-huh. So I guess it's...
Take a look, shall we?
It did free us up to get some slow resist and move speed. Do I need the move speed? 5 over cap, so it is 3% move speed, a little bit of regen, and we have plenty of lightning resist now. Fire is kind of ridiculous, but we got that with the Solar Storm powder as well. And as we start getting more revered factions, we'll get better ones, and Black Legion should come good. I don't know if the quests are going to be enough, but hopefully.
Come, I have something that requires...
No, okay, I'm not going to do that quest. Where am I? Where is Devil's Crossing? Okay, it's not going to get us to Revered anyway, so no, I'm not. Right, so we're heading into... You can keep that one. Nah, I'll sell it, I'll sell it. We're heading into the right side of Homestead, which means we're going to be facing a lot of chaos and fire and vitality damage. So let's actually go ahead and pick these up. And I do need to check in the bank if I have already saved. I have not saved the Legion's dog tags. So we'll have to go find some more of those. I think he said, "I smell you." That's a little bit weird. Okay, just here is one of the earliest Void Touch totems. I do like to farm that on any character that needs MIs. For example, Obsidian Bulwark. That's also why I'm probably going to end up doing the uh-oh. Time to back up a bit. Doing the Chthonian areas. Specifically the one in the Bloodgrove. Although I'll probably do all of them just because they have the chance for the Obsidian... Is it Obsidian Terrors? Whatever the guys who dropped this are. The giant spiky rockmen. They have a chance to spawn those. The Void Touch totems also have a pretty good chance to spawn them. And so I like to kind of do my farming here for that sort of items. Or for those sorts of items. Anything that can drop from a totem, it's probably better to get it from the totems rather than going into the Chthonic Plains. Though, Chthonic Plains are much more... what's the word I'm looking for? There's a lot more enemies in there. Unfortunately with this shield, it is a random drop from yellow monsters. There's no hero I can go and farm to get the shield, which definitely sucks because the drop rate on items that don't come from bosses, you know, like non-boss drop MIs, is just absolutely abysmal in this version. Okay, so we got one totem down there in the secret area, so I'll have to head down there at some point. And I'm also going to need a couple quest items in here. This one's got another insignia. Now I only need the one insignia, or sorry, the one set of insignias, so I need 5. Because we're not going to go and do the elite ones. We are, however, going to do this totem, and I'm going to hope for the enemies that I normally prefer not to fight. The obsidian whatevers, terrors. These guys! Yeah! Kelfat Edoth. Weird flex, but okay. And it looks like I'm probably not getting one this time, since we only have the tyrants left. Maybe it'll drop from the actual totem. It hasn't. No MIs at all. Did get a bunch of blues though. That's one thing I've noticed farming farming at max level since 1.2 is it just rains blue items. Purples seem kind of same-ish, maybe a little bit less, but blues are everywhere. Which I guess is good, because if your build needs a blue, I mean, good luck. Alright, I see a couple of stars here, so this is going to be the Homestead people we have to rescue, and another insignia. There's another insignia. Is that the last one, or do I need one more? One more. Alright, that's fine. Here is our last insignia. And I didn't pick up the quest to find the remains of Malcador. So let's go do that. Actually, before I do that, I'm also going to need some chthonic seals of binding, which I didn't see any in my inventory just there. I've got one, okay. So I need to grab 2 more.
Got something you need stashed? I'll keep an eye on
There we
it.
go. And we're halfway through level 72 and I didn't spend the points. So let's I am seriously considering Presence of Virtue. This is a really good skill, but it might be time to put some more into these. So this first one, Presence of Virtue here, I'm looking at the offensive ability on this. This is what I'm taking that for. And the second one is health and healing effects increased. I guess the shield block chance is nice. We are using a shield, but it's not really a key part of our defenses. It'll do. Alright, I just cleared my rift, didn't I? Did I? I didn't. How about that? A little bit smarter than your average picnic basket. Not much, just a little bit. I'm sure I'm going to clear it at some point. So, we head into the Death's Vigil here. I'm just going to turn in their first quest. I might actually use these, because there's nothing dangerous in here. What must I do? Okay, so I actually need the remains before I need the before I need the sigils. Sigils? What are they called? Seals. There we go.
That skill's not ready.
Words are hard today. Alright, heading down here, so as I don't clear my rift, although I would be trying to teleport to my personal rift, using my personal rift, so it wouldn't work, but there's Malcador's remains. I was pretty sure they're around here somewhere. I'm probably going to run into... is it Bolvar? I think it's Bolvar. Yeah, I can see the aura from him. Oh, no, I can't. I can see an aura from someone. Anyway, that's fine. I'm just here for the remains. And now we head up this way. Here he is, the man himself. Let's actually go stand in that seal so we don't immediately die. So he definitely hits pretty hard. Heart of Ugol. Chest armor. That is a lot of extra armor. Can I swap that in? That is the real question. Because I'll be honest, yeah, I definitely need to get more armor. Alright, where do we put it here? Can't use it for a couple of levels. Okay, it is a heavy chest armor. Aether converted to Vitality I don't really care about. Fizz resist I really like. Elemental resist I do need. And I can stand to lose a little bit of Chaos resistance. So actually, I will, I think, be swapping that in as soon as I have the levels for it. I don't need that insignia, so that can stay there. We don't need to honor all of the dead. We just need 5 of them. Alright, and we found the ref gate. Now one thing I do want to do while we're here is go up this way and see if I can't get myself a new hat. Okay, so no hat from them, but the hat drops at the end of this tower in here, so we're heading into, is it Fort Harron? Fort Harron, yeah. And we're just going to pretend I didn't stop in the middle of a war zone in hardcore without even putting a seal down to check the map for a name that doesn't matter. We're going to pretend I didn't do that. That would be a very silly thing to do, even if I was washing my health bar. Alright, so here is the entrance to Fort Harron, and right up the back, we get 2 guaranteed dynamite spawns in here, which is nice. And we also get a guaranteed helmet. Now whether it's going to be a good drop is uncertain. However, we will definitely be getting a helmet. Let's go ahead and stand in our seal. Okay, and Sister Bravna the Skybreaker is, drumroll please, dead, and she's going to drop us a Seers of the Eagle and the Warborn Gavel. Okay, Seers of the Eagle. Now that is a lot of extra armor, which I really like. But that's also a lot of resistances we'd be losing, including 30% bleeding resist, so unfortunately, can't swap that. And that was our second free dynamite. Okay, let's head back to town, empty our inventory out, and then get ready for Darkvale Gate, which is actually going to be coming next episode, because we are getting close to an hour already. So I'm going to sell all this, and I'll do that off screen though, so this will be the end of the episode for now, so thank you all very much for watching. I will see you in the next one, and goodbye for now.